Patient in 408. Chapter 1. Mom, stop the car! What, Tommy? Sandy asked as she pulled to the side of the road and looked at her son. There, he's hurt. Tommy already had his seatbelt off and twisted around to point at the dog dying on the asphalt. Oh my god. Before she knew it, Sandy was out of the car and immediately regretted it. Her son took it as implicit approval and rushed toward the injured animal. Don't touch! Tommy stroked the dog. He had sensed the dog's pain long before he spotted the animal on the side of the road. The physical contact only made the hurt that much more visceral, and the boy winced in concert to each thumping heartbeat. He felt something more, a chilling emptiness that came from a lifetime of disappointment and loneliness. I won't abandon you, he said. What? Sandy realized her son was talking to the dog, a male, no more than a pup. He was beautiful, some sort of Labrador retriever mix. He didn't look like a stray. His rich, golden brown fur had a healthy shine and not at all mangy. If he had been lost or abandoned, then it must have been a recent event. What was concerning was its labored breathing, the abnormal angle of its bent ribs and hind leg, and the puddle of blood by its lolling tongue. Sandy placed a hand over the animal's heart and felt its rapid heartbeat pounding at her open palm. He was a goner. He's so scared and confused, Tommy said as if to himself. Then he opened his eyes wide and turned to Sandy. We have to save him, Mom. Okay. She looked at the animal and didn't know what to do. Was his spine broken? What about internal injuries? There was a veterinary hospital at the edge of town that they could go, but Sandy hated to think about money. They weren't living day to day, but close. How much did it cost to save a dog anyway? She took one last glance at her son and the poor animal. Fuck it. She popped the trunk and took out a large blanket. She asked Tommy to slide the sheet underneath the animal as she tried to very carefully maneuver him. Hold here, and on 3, we lift and put him in the back seat. 1, 2, 3! The dog yelped weakly in pain, and Sandy hoped to God that they didn't cause more damage. They got in, and she floored the vehicle. Tommy, breathe. Inhale, exhale. He nodded, but his attention was on the dog. He was shaken, and his face paled considerably. Sandy had seen her son do that thing before when he... She didn't know what the right term for what he did exactly. Projection? Some sort of emphatic connection? Whatever it was, Tommy would crash much like people had after an adrenaline dump when suddenly forced into a life or death situation. Tommy, stay with me. Everything will be alright. We're almost there. He'll need your help, so you can't... I won't, Mom. He smiled weakly and turned to the road ahead. Sandy couldn't help but notice her son nervously picking at his nails. The last thing she wanted was to see her son bawl his eyes out as she explained the concept of death. She floored the gas pedal, and the speedometer on the old Toyota 4Runner jumped well past the speed limit. Hey, you've made it to the end. If you like it so far, please subscribe and like. This lets me know that I'm on the right path. And if you can't wait for the next installment of Patient in 408, then head on over to Amazon and read the story in its entirety for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. Alternatively, you can check out Dreamweaver, Snow at Heaven's Edge, and Duel on Mount Taiyun as well. These stories are done and available for free here on YouTube, Spotify, and Audible. If you want to support me, please consider going to my Ko-fi and being a member. Have a great day.